Hey everybody, it's the Last Robo Kai here, and welcome to the final episode of Dawn of War Winter Assault's auto campaign, where we'll be playing as the Eldar and fighting off the Necrons. And it's a doozy. It's probably one of the harder ones, but I quite like it. I quite enjoyed dipping back into this one and playing it again. And joining me on this adventure is Cool Guy, as always.
Yo, it is Cool Guy. I would say I'm looking forward to seeing Eldar getting stomped. We know exactly how this is going to work out. Like, Taldeer, beating Taldeer, like, actually competent for once. So, alright, grudgingly giving it to you.
Well, we know how this is gonna go, so we know what the map looks like. Let's get stuck straight in.
My brothers and sisters of light and song, terrible task falls to us. The Necrons, our ancestor foes and destroyer of our sister species, have returned. Even into this millennium, some craft worlds lie in silent ruin because of them. Millions of brothers and sisters gutted out like weak candles. We cannot abide this travesty again. To obliterate the soul itself is an act of utter, unprecedented malice that we cannot allow. The Necrons must pay for their actions. Today, they answer to us.
Farseer Taldeer, Necron monolith sighted.
So it is. Every battle must be a war unto itself. There can be no partial triumphs, for the Necrons will return again and again. Prepare yourselves. Today we war!
I'm not sure that's how that verb is used, Taldeer.
She used a lot of turns of phrases which were kind of weird, you know. So like,
I guess the entire thing is that, you know, Imperial, like low Gothic, which is ostensibly what everything is translated from in Warhammer 40k. She's just like her 8th language or something like that.
Yeah, it's just like whatever. Like it sounds like words. Like you know, they'll mostly understand us. Maybe that's just been the problem with like the Farseer in general, is trying to communicate with them when they have like probably 100 words for cry.
And about 1,000,000 words for die.
Well, you know, they're more adept at doing it over and over again than anyone else. So,
swear to God,
we get a little bit of a reprieve at the beginning. You have to be kind of careful that you don't sally out too far from your starting point, because you're actually surrounded by a lot of Imperial Guardsmen, and they're hostile to you. For some reason.
Might be pissed.
Yeah, for some strange reason, the Imperial Guard are angry with us.
Be strong of heart, my warriors. The Necrons have arrived. By the gods, guard my soul in the Infinity Matrix. This is Farseer Taldeer, praying for what I fear is the last time. Give me strength.
The VA really nailed that sequence.
Oh
too.
yeah,
like,
no,
that
she had
panicked
great
voice.
direction. Yeah, this is one of the primary reasons why this is one of the hardest variants of this thing. Is that about 2 minutes after the map starts, you got fully awakened nerds coming in at you, scrapping for a fight.
And you've got one bunker of Imperial Guard to protect you. Yeah.
With the IG, you had the entire thing where you know you had as much time as you wanted to accomplish the first primary task, and then once you accomplished the first primary task, you had at least some of the Titan's weapons in your business to help you just erase these monoliths.
So for that reason, we're just going to let the Imperial Guard take the brunt of the abuse while we sit back and wait.
Yeah, it seems reasonable. I hate you for doing it, but it's like I can't argue your logic in doing it.
Well, they practically infinitely spawn, so long as the Necron warriors and the monoliths keep targeting the guardsmen and not the bunker, they will just keep coming in. Also, no, stay away.
Oh right, yeah, that's a fire prism. I just glanced at it earlier and thought it was a Falcon Grav tank. No, that's a fire prism. That's a lot worse.
It's always finding the model for the fire prism because they actually changed it a lot. They made the barrel a lot longer and the crystal a lot smaller and more focused. I guess because they thought, why would the Eldar have like a giant fuck off crystal on there and not have something a bit more like smaller, refined?
Ironically, like the later models for it are easier to identify at a glance, which I'm sure was part of the point.
Yeah, that makes sense too. There's a lot that goes into it. So yeah, the Eldar sure are pumping a lot of fire into these Necro warriors, and they sure are doing not a lot of dying.
I mean, that's heavy infantry, and the fire prism is primarily good against very light infantry and vehicles. I do appreciate how friggin' Taldeer keeps doing sick backflips though.
All right, so we have one starting advantage to dealing with these Necrons.
All right, later.
And that's the mission.
Yeah, I'm sure that's everything.
Yeah, totally. Don't look at the video length.
Yay! That's totally not just going to piss off the Necrons.
Yeah, Necron Tomb Worlds, such as Lorn V, aren't small affairs where it's only a dinky number of dudes. They are quite substantial.
This is still old Kron stuff. So
yes.
Basically, the way that the Necrons themselves are supposed to work is that they're like the hidden secret final weapon of the old god Catan, and the reality of the situation is that because those old gods were so incredibly like basically galaxy brained, like they had every intention of taking over not just the galaxy, but all of the galaxies around the Milky Way, right? Like, they're one of the very few civilizations in Warhammer 40k that could say they have extragalactic ambitions, and actually have a real cop to that. So when they decided to make a Tomb World, to have a cadre of warriors that they could call on for their ambitions, like they wanted these to be militias that they could call up to have what amounts to a Black Crusade or an Imperial Crusade in it. Like each one of these Tomb Worlds is supposed to be like that. Now, since the Catan themselves are largely dormant, old Krons usually just want you to fuck off their lawn. They usually just want you the hell off their lawn when you wake them up and just happen to drop into a Tomb World like this. The thing is that when a military regiment capable of causing something as severe as a Black Crusade wants you the hell off their lawn, they're gonna get their way. Like, they're gonna get their way.
Your one advantage with the Necrons is they're very slow to respond, and they are technologically reliant. Like, particularly the old Krons, they're very technologically reliant on linchpin units like the Monolith or the Necron Lord. Without those, they can't correctly function, focus, or teleport in large enough numbers from beneath the surface to act, because, yeah, like, for the most part, in a lot of the cases of the early Necrons, when we call them buried tombs, it's like absolutely 100% physically buried. There were no entrances. The newer iterations of the Necrons tend to have more obvious openings, but there are still some that are just absolutely 100% like inaccessible, except unless you know how to teleport, which obviously the Necrons do, and you might not.
Yeah. I mean, the Necrons themselves, if they woke up properly and everything, the monolith, like a fully awakened monolith, has absolutely no problem just saying, okay, you know, here's a bunch of warriors in stasis. I'm pulling them up. I'm teleporting them on, and now they're slaves to my command and control functions, right? Which is what Robokai's referring to. The rank and file Necron soldier is only semi-sentient, like a. If you shoot at them, like, they're going to respond to that and shoot you back and everything like that. But advanced tactical thought, anything that's creative, blah blah blah, an individual Necron warrior is not actually capable of. All of that sort of higher order thinking is delegated to the Necron Lord and the Monolith, which is why even in the intro cinematic to Dark Crusade, I think it is. Yeah, it's Dark Crusade. There's a bunch of Space Marines that are getting their booties kicked in by Necrons, and one of the Space Marines at one point points out the monolith and says, "If we destroy that, it's all over." And he's right, because that's where all of the command and control thought is happening.
I was aware that D cannon was destroying that bunker the whole time, but I was like, I ain't destroing that. Like, I'd relocate it if I could, but I was like, look, honestly, like, it's not gonna hold out forever. Like,
yeah, well, that wasn't really worth your effort.
Nothing remains unchanged by the
Yeah, I do end up liking a lot of the old Kron motivations more simply because very frequently you had these incredible fights and these outrageous crusades for a specific world, and the entire motivation of the Necrons was just get the fuck off of my lawn. It's such a wonderful counterpoint to the, you know, for the glory of mankind on Imperium, or death to the false emperor, and consumption for the chaos gods from chaos, or anything else, like, or even orcs have a relatively high ideal that they're talking about in just.
The battle has only begun.
Yeah, thanks for that, Taldeer.
Our doom is upon us.
Your dude is upon you.
To win this day. The primitive titan is still powerful. The bone slingers can ensnare the power contained within its archaic weapons and use it to our advantage. The process has begun, but to succeed, we must devote our energies to one titan piece at a time.
And like even the orcs have a relatively high ideal insofar as everything should be fighting, everything should be right? They go about it in a hilarious, a charmingly ridiculous way, but that's still what they're doing. The Necrons are just like, get the hell off of my lawn, like, just leave. It's so charming. It's so, yeah. It's just like that one meme of the most Canadian way to get rid of a bear, where it's just this one Canadian dude going, "I need you to go, okay? I need to go to work. I hope you enjoyed my lawn, but I need you to go." And he's just talking to this bear with a couple of cubs. The bear eventually gets it and just walks off. In this case, it's you know, the Imperium or the Eldar, whoever else is the bear, but they don't go. So the Canadian man eventually has to get a shotgun.
The Titan weapon is helping the Soul Stone regenerate its power.
So one of the things is that I kind of, my brain completely forgets. Oh, hold on a second, everyone's got something to say.
But you will not live long enough to use it.
Human, the Necrons are your true enemies, not us. Stop resisting our efforts to help you.
Necrons, orcs, Eldar, you'll all die the same when General Stern arrives.
Okay, so yeah, our thing for here is now we've got to park the our little web bone singers next to bits of the Titan in order to take them over. We don't build plasma generators. Takes a little bit of time. As you can see, there's a countdown timer for it. Now, what that means is when we take it, we get control of it. I have a complete brain fart. Forget it means you can take control of it. I just keep thinking, oh yeah, that's the cooldown for the Soul Stone, to keep firing it. But the thing is that the guns powered by the Eldar are actually weaker. They're not. I guess they're not able to draw on the full power of the Titan's engines because the Titan isn't actually activated. So they're just channeling their own energy through the Titan's gun. So it actually takes more shots to destroy a monolith. And one of the things we didn't get to see with the monoliths previously is that when they sustain enough damage, they teleport away. So you kind of have to hit them a fair bit. All right, we are in a lot of trouble.
Order the 3rd Phalanx to pull back. Let the enemy pursue them. Then close in with the 8th and 10th Phalanxes, just like we did on Baltaine.
General, Eldar.
Stay your hand, human. I've come to speak with you, not fight.
You have guts, Eldar, considering we already trusted you once.
We are not your enemies today, so stop treating us as such. We do not want your Titan. It is yours once we dispose of the Necrons.
I don't trust you, Eldar.
Your trust is not required to win this war. Only your help.
Very well, Eldar. All units, concentrate your firepower on the Necrons. We have a war to win.
There we go. Circumstances change. Now we have the Imperial Guard on our side again. For everyone who was like banging their fists during the Eldar screwing over the Imperial Guard in the episode to get us to here. As you can see, like everyone's pulled together and gotten sensible. That will not happen on the disorder side. I have to keep sort of stressing that.
I sort of like this is the reason why I was so mad earlier in the Let's Play, right? You know, like she had one sentence there that would have gone a huge way to making all of this happen from the get-go. We don't want your Titan. It is yours after we're done with the Necrons. And I realized I just turned away from the mic, but you know, like whatever. Like all you had to do was say that, Taldeer. God damn. Why was that so hard? Fucking Eldar. Goddamn music.
So I gotta capture all of these pieces. So it's gonna take a little time, and unfortunately things are only gonna escalate with the more we capture. It's not like it's unfortunately not like the Imperial Guard campaign where you can just like grab a whole bunch of them at once and then just like super speed towards being able to just blow everything up. It's
and you just got a jillion freaking a jillion guns, and it's just like, okay, time to blow you up. Then there's like 2 shots, and the monolith is like, welp, I'm dead.
Yeah, and so here comes the other crippling problem in the plan. Having seen the Necrons arrive, naturally the forces of chaos and the Greenskins decide this is the time to attack the Titan.
Yeah, well.
And that means that those Imperial Guard emplacements all around the place are going to get attacked. And that one that's getting attacked right now, it is quite frankly the weakest of all of them, and you have to sort of keep an eye on that because it will generally fall, and it will fall, and I will not be paying attention, and I will almost lose a Titan cannon, and that'll be when I realize I can use the Titan cannon. So I'm sending everybody out there now, you know, to sort of help things out, but I'll go. Oh, yeah, okay, I did it once. That's fine. Everything's good now. Run, Taldeer.
I'm waiting for you to realize, by the way, that you're. That you ordered the Avatar to be built. That's great, but your pop queue is full.
Yeah, don't worry. A unit will die and he'll pop out.
Yeah, I was sitting here wondering if you would notice it or if that would just sort of happen.
Yeah, I got other things to deal with. It'll get there eventually. I just love the look on the Predator takes when they get hit by a fire prism. It's just like, yeah, wow, You're just getting absolutely fucked up in there, aren't you?
Yeah, like the crew there really is gonna need some aspirin. Pew pew,
The fire
bitches.
prism is just a very scary vehicle.
Oh,
on
yeah,
all fucking cylinders is just like, yay.
It was definitely one of the units that had to be repeatedly nerfed at the end of the Dawn of Eldar saga of the multiplayer of this. Like it had just gotten so disgusting. Even it,
so many people would like play, and then it would just be like their opponent's just like, okay, I've built all my fire prisms, and the game is over.
pretty much, because like the. You can't send them after you can't send vehicles after them because they're amazing against vehicles. And you can't send any kind of anything that's vulnerable to knockdown because it will be knocked down forever. It will never get a shot off, and you're just going to get pew-pewed to death.
And as you can see, they're still, you know, nigh impossible to deal with. So that Guardian squad should be dead shortly, I think. And that's when Caleb mentioned Khaine.
Oh, there it is!
There we go. As you can see, everything just ramps up.
Hey, you guys!
I love the Avatar of Khaine. It's kind of funny. The Avatar of Khaine is just like one of the most like iconic Eldar units. Look at him, just look at. He's gonna be having the time of his life. The Eldar are really just not gonna have like. Sorry, the Necrons are just not gonna have much luck now, like against him. He's just basically just gonna be there, just killing stuff for the rest of the game.
I'm the Necron that got thrown 50 feet into the air by the Avatar, only to get juggled by a fire prism blast on the way down. By the way, that's me. I'm tagging myself.
That's me. That's my life.
That's my life right now.
Yeah, so, like I said, stupid me kind of forgot a few critical things about this mission, because I genuinely, like, I never actually, like, did test runs of this mission. When I said I beat all the other missions, I did. This was the only one I didn't do, and so I kind of forgot.
So this one's basically an Igno run.
Yeah, this is me just doing it. This is just me just doing it, like... You can sort of see the Imperial Guard garrison up there on the top right slowly getting eaten up by the next wave of chaos. And we just gotta wait so much time to get these guns.
Look, Stern needs to push his buttons, okay? Like, we can't push his buttons for him.
And they're basically like, it's like, hey, you know, the more these you take, the better the cooldown will be. I'd never notice a better cooldown, unfortunately. It's just the way it is, unfortunately.
Oh man, just watching the Avatar just go whoomp. Fucking fantastic. I love everything about it.
Yeah, see. One of the ones that was being attacked by the fire prisms is just like teleporting away.
Destroy it before it phases away. Target everything we have against it, lest it phases away before the killing blow arrives.
Too late.
Meh.
Does a little bit of healing too, unfortunately.
It also does that in multiplayer, and it sucks.
Yeah, we'll
Ask
go
me
into all
how
of that
I
in. We'll go through all of that in Dark Crusade. Believe you me.
Yep. I am in fact looking forward to seeing you play them in Dark Crusade, just so you have, but like you'll have like 1 or 2 awakened monoliths. You'll just go flattening over an entire map with them. The instant like there will be one really bullshit map where the enemy has like 3 bases and you're just gonna ruffle all over it.
Just gonna very slowly ruffle all over it. It'll be the slowest. It'll be the slowest ruffle you've ever seen. Also, these buildings just glowing with angry because the Avatar of Khaine is here, and so production is improved.
We fully commit ourselves to the fight. Yeah, okay.
It's kind of funny too. Like I was gonna say, like the Eldar do have a lot of other super heavy weapons. The Avatar of Khaine always tends to sort of be way more used than the rest of them. Like, there's one that I don't think they ever used until the sort of the Civ-like game Gladius, which is the Scorpion heavy battle tank, and it's been around for a very long time, and it is essentially like the Eldar equivalent of the Baneblade. But the thing is it's not bristling with a million weapons. It's just got a giant super fucking fuck off like beam cannon, and it can still move really, really quickly. Like, so it's just like it's like a Baneblade if you stripped away like 10 of the guns, but then replaced it with like 10 engines, and then and made it a skimmer. So it's like it's still got like the main battle cannon. And it just,
Tokyo
like,
Drift.
Yeah, and so because I can remember back like when the Imperial Guard were like first getting their codex and everything back in the day, the Talar Desert Raiders had to deal with Scorpions quite a bit when their planet was invaded. And so they would have to do a lot of runs where I believe the Chimeras would emerge from the sandstorms and like drive underneath the Scorpions, and just like everyone would just be like hurling melter bombs and firing melter guns and plasma shots all along the length under the side of it before like speeding off again.
Actually, very close to a couple desert rat tactics for dealing with panzers, which is where the Talarn Desert Raiders get their inspiration from. So that scans big time.
Yeah, I always liked that, but it's just like you never really saw a model for them until I think like Forge World, I think, made some models for them.
That sounds about right.
Because they were never, the Scorpion battle tanks were never in any of like the book, like in the regular army list books. They, like I said, they were too big, like their Baneblade size. Eventually, the Baneblade sort of got a model, and then like Forge World made a Scorpion. And yeah, you just never saw them because everybody was just like, okay, we could do the really kind of cool looking floaty tank, or the giant, angry, on-fire, molten lava demon elf thing of murder with the bloody hand and the sword. The Wailing Doom is a funny old sword too. I am quite fond of the Wailing Doom because it has various forms depending on the craft world. Most commonly depicted as a sword. It's not actually just a melee weapon. It has a ranged attack too. Because obviously the runes of Super Hot are so super hot, they can shoot Super Beam too. So like, I'm claiming that as like everybody over there is getting destroyed. Eventually they will get trashed. And now I'm gonna try and get a guy over there to claim it.
Look, like you need to be able to handle those things, so you can can actually checkmate these monoliths. Though I will say I am getting a giant kick out of it every time you go over to your fire prism platoon, and there's just a bunch of Necron warriors that can't catch a break.
Yeah.
just like falling down, up, and I'm down again.
I actually kind of noticed that Taldeer can actually call assistance from the Imperial Guard to herself. She's actually got a button which looks like it's like a bunch of Imperial Guardsmen running on her. I've literally never used that button. I'm sorry, but you see it? You see
Don't
it,
need
there?
it. Huh, yeah, I saw it. I completely missed it until you called it out.
Yeah, I had no idea that was there. I've never actually used it before. I guess that would make Stern send reinforcements from his main base that hasn't done anything this whole time. I guess I don't need it. I guess the sort of the theme of this particular episode is I forgot, or I didn't know, or I'm dumb.
It's your first day, as usual. It's always your first goddamn day.
Avatar of Khaine is just so good. It's so good to have that.
Imagine being one of those Necrons right now. Just like there was one particular D&D game I played where the DM had a particular character. He was just like a mid boss, right? And the DM designed this one particular character. It was basically a roguish type, to do nothing but annoy the piss out of the players. Like every time she showed up, like she never really played to kill anybody, but she had every feat in the book with regard to tripping people. So like the entire fight usually would be her going for a trip attempt, and it would, like, people around it, like the tank would fall over, the healer would fall over. and then they would spend their entire move getting up, and then literally the next turn would just be them getting tripped again. Finally.
That's so bullshit.
It's this would go on for like 5 turns until one of the idiots that finally resisted it would get a good hit in on her, and she'd be like, "All right, show's over. I'm tired." And I eventually came up with it because there was this one obscure freaking feat in the Total Adventurer Splat book. This was 3.5, by the way. That called Kip Up. Where it was literally just getting up from prone is now a free action instead of an action. So like my character like completely went in on this. I built my entire build around this to just specking into Kip Up. So when this dingling girl came over and tripped me, I'd just be like, "Wah!" It'd be like the fucking Rock in any of his movies where he just jumps straight up.
Take us to the battle.
So this is the point where I kind of like, man, those guys got in my base somehow. How the hell that happened? Huh? Okay, well I'll just fix some things up, and then eventually, like, brain will go, what happened to other base?
Danger has found us.
Eventually, I've got to try and get this guy over here. It's not going so well. Luckily for me, those cannons have a ridiculous amount of hit points. Or I don't even know if you like lose the mission if they get destroyed. Again, never looked at the objective markers flashing. Never touched it. Never will.
I don't know.
And then I'm like, oh, I didn't get everyone over here. Oh dear. And then I'm like, wait.
The Titan can is just sort of like, yep, same shit as always.
I'm like, oh wait, I can actually use that. Why wasn't I using this?
Hey, you guys!
Can't hit that too close, but yeah. So not my finest hour. But then I'm like, so does that mean I can just like shoot everything? The answer is yes. So just keep the boyos there, and then I'll. But yeah, so it's
helmets
like,
in the Predator, not because the pilots are special. It's because it's like an actual legitimate use this time.
Yeah, so as you can see, the shots from the Titan when the Ulthwe, when the Eldar are using it, just aren't that strong.
Yeah, that was well over half of the monolith's health on the first time round.
I like that we've driven that one particular one off like twice now.
We are under.
Pew pew pew. Criminy, yeah, I'm not convinced it's gonna checkmate it before it can teleport.
That's why I'm sending in the cavalry.
Yep, I would if I was you. I would if I was a dude. Turns out I'm a dude.
I sense the enemy.
Plus the lazy idiots are coming in. It's still shooting at it, I think. I think it's just gonna keep winding up and shooting until it's done. You know, I'm gonna take care of that. I don't want any predators over here. I think that this orc base has just been getting like bombed this entire time.
Yeah, the guard there have just been sort of half-heartedly plinking away at it for forever and a day.
And it's being rebuilt the whole time too, which makes it even funnier.
The orcs are extremely stubborn here, which actually scans because orcs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
yep.
lord. Oh lord. The only reason that thing hasn't phased is because it's on cooldown. I'm convinced.
Yeah, I think you're correct. It's just like, we're just waiting for it to explode.
Yeah,
I think it's the last one.
Breath.
I think this is it. But they
This
might,
is bated breath time for me here.
Oh
there.
no, I think there's one more.
Moron.
Yeah, there's one more.
Yeah, there's one more. There's one more in the south-ish area. Autosave, please!
Yeah, I just like, your heart seizes up.
Mine definitely did.
No, I'd have remembered if my game had crashed, don't worry.
I mean, it's definitely one of those experiences that that we don't really think about in 2020 was all of those games that would go completely bonkers when they autosaved sometimes. Now the autosave is just so freaking seamless. Just like, don't turn it off when you see this symbol. I've never seen that symbol after those loading screens because, because like I never need to look at it. Pew!
And with
God,
that,
it's so beautiful.
so ends the Eldar campaign in Winter Assault. I think, maybe, hopefully.
Praise Jah.
And with that, the entire Order campaign is done.
Come on, you got it.
Yeah, just waiting for the
You
big
got
cool
it.
shot in explosion. Come on.
Yeah, I know. Like, I don't want to start talking about it because then this is gonna happen and interrupt me.
Farseer, have we truly won?
A momentary victory, I assure you. The Titan has served its purpose, but the strain ruptures it. If it explodes, it will claim us in her fury.
Our people await your instruction, Farseer. What would you have us do?
The Necrons came, expecting to find souls for the claiming, and instead found defeat. We can leave now. Go through the portal, sound the evacuation. We are finished with this world. We have won the day, but the day is not won on battles alone. The Necrons will continue their march, and at every turn of every crooked corner of this universe, they will find us lying in wait. And they will find us unafraid.
That is a very badass Eldar. It's gotta be said.
Taldeer actually gets things done, though I've always found a delicious irony here that for as barbaric and brutish and everything as the Eldar trope is for humanity, like she did literally exactly the same frickin' thing once she wasn't sure precisely what she was dealing with. Like when Stern was dealing with it, the Titan did not explode. It did not need to explode because they actually knew what the hell they were doing.
Yes.
It was just like, okay, cool, you know, like maybe, just maybe, we're all the same in this one, Alf.
Yeah, no, they winged it. And yes, and of course, like, the end result is exactly the reason why nobody trusts the Eldar. And sets the stage for Dark Crusade, because, the truth of the matter is that they don't explicitly say why, but you can probably guess it was probably that. But the Imperium begins to start hunting Taldeer. Whenever she appears, or when signs of her forces appear, the Administratum, like the wing of the Segmentum Command, that's what I was looking for, they would send strike forces to pursue and attack, and that's how Dark Crusade starts. Taldeer is sighted on Cronus, and a Necron tomb world, and so a Imperial Guard force is sent to bring her to task and punish her, kill her, for her crimes, which I presume would be destruction of a Titan. Because holy shit, I could hardly think of anything that would piss the Imperial Guard off harder than that, and of the Imperium at large. That's like that's full on. That you've done fucked up now. And the Imperial Guard travel to Cronus, and at the place where they land, they find a cannon that formerly belonged to another Titan, and that sort of sets the Imperial Guard story for Dark Crusade as well. So yeah, that was it. That was Order in its entirety. We've seen Stern, we've seen Taldeer, and we will never see Stern again. Well, that's not true. We'll see him briefly in the Disorder campaign, and we will not see Taldeer again until Dark Crusade, where where we'll be murdering her if no one else gets to her first, because that's, you know, that's I'm the Eldar. I'm the Eldar killing Necrons for that. So it is just what it is.
Well, I will look forward to that, and what we have to look forward to right now is me taking the reins on the Disorder campaign, which will start next time.
Yeah.
It's substantially more technical than a lot of the points of the Order campaign, which makes it right up my alley. Like I'll put it to you this way: when I was running through as a practice run, I got to the third mission. And I played it for about 15 minutes, and then I just quit out of the game and said, I need a build order, and started taking notes. Because, yeah, like the third mission there in particular is just one where I'm just like, I need a build order. There's no way that I'm going to make this work without a build order. So,
Yep.
Look forward to that. I'm looking forward to showing it off. So
Yes,
until then, friends.
Yeah, Winter Assault, sorry, will be showing off the most popular character in the Dawn of War series from this point on.
True story.
It is the debut of everybody's favorite greenskin leader, Gorguts.
Gorguts!
He's going to basically steal every single scene he's in from now all the way through Dark Crusade, and beyond, perhaps even as well. So until then, I've been the Last Robokai.
And I have been Cool Guy.
And we'll see you next time in the Disorder campaign for Dawn of War Winter Assault.